So here we are. Hello, Maddie. Good to see you again, and great to
Hi,
have you with
Asia.
us today. So maybe I will start very quickly, a quick introduction. So Madeleine, Maddie, you are the Global Director of E-commerce at Amaravitsa, which is a luxury skincare brand spanning over 370 stores and 60 spas worldwide. You are based in London and with over 8 years international driving e-commerce acceleration in the luxury and consumer sectors, you are taking a digital-first approach in growing the online footprint of Amaravitsa and enhancing how the brand delivers 360 direct-to-consumer campaigns, bringing together its traditional spa history with modern-day online retail. Maddie, again, it's a great pleasure to have you with us. I'm sure the audience would be interested in hearing more from you about your background and what brought you to this career path. Can you tell us more, please?
Yeah, absolutely. And lovely to be here as well, Asia. So I've been in the health and beauty industry for about 8 years, working on digital. It's something I'm really passionate about myself. I absolutely love skincare, love beauty. So I've been fortunate enough to have some really interesting roles, launching different brands across the globe, everywhere from Europe to the US to Asia. And I've moved around a little bit to other areas of the luxury sector, so travel as well. But when I saw an opportunity at Amaravitsa, I absolutely jumped at it a few years ago. It's a brand I've actually worked with for about 6 or 7 years myself. I've been using them for ages, so I'm a true brand advocate. I'm a bit of a skincare collector. So for me, it's been a really exciting opportunity to join the team at Amaravitsa, and I've been there for nearly 2 years now. And for me, being able to take them into kind of the digital realm a bit more and look at these kind of really exciting areas that we have where we can see amazing growth potential and we can see what the brand has been doing historically is just something that I'm really, really interested in doing. Like one of the things I absolutely love is being able to share my passion for skincare with other people and, bring something a little bit fresh to the customers. So it means that I absolutely love going to work every day, which is definitely a bonus. And I
Indeed.
definitely, and then I think, from a digital standpoint, there's so many interesting things happening in the skincare market at the moment that, it's always something new we can be looking at, always ways we can innovate. And even with the challenges of COVID over the past year, there's been lots of exciting things to kind of keep every day different.
Absolutely. I'm totally with you. I think being passionate about your job, either because you like the products or the sector, that really helps.
Mm.
It makes such a big difference in the end on how you be engaged yourself and how you can deliver, obviously. So now looking at the global beauty industry, we know that today the industry has grown to more than a $500 billion
Mm.
business. It's just unbelievable. How would you position your brand in this market of beauty or maybe prestige beauty? In the end, can you tell us more also about the innovation you are bringing to the industry, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, Amorovitza is definitely a true prestige skincare brand. So, we've got this really amazing, rich spa history. We are a Budapest family brand. We have really tried to do with the skincare range is to, and it's kind of our tagline a little bit at the moment, is to capture the curative culture of the Budapest baths within our skincare. Our founders, Stephen and Margaret, actually were inspired to create the range when they were in Budapest many years ago. And they were at the Rat Spa, which is Stephen's family spa from hundreds of years ago. It's sadly, not functioning at the moment, but hopefully soon. And when they experienced the thermal waters of the spa there and saw the impact that it had on their skin, how it was really transformed, they were absolutely inspired to create this skincare range and find a way to distill these kind of magical properties into skincare. And so one of the innovations which they've brought to the market is this trademarked healing concentrate, which does take these wonderful, mineral rich thermal waters and bring them into skincare in a way that they get under the epidermis, under the skin, and have a really positive benefit, which is brilliant. I mean, it's in, I think, nearly every product, bar maybe one. It's in, pretty much absolutely everything. And it just means you have none of that kind of wasted, just normal water in any of your skincare. every single ingredient is doing something, is powerful, is efficacious. And also because it has that spa history, you have this beautiful sensoriality. So the products are really lovely in terms of having that spa experience, the spa smell. I mean, I've got to say, again, as a bit of a skincare addict, I absolutely do these lovely little nighttime routines where I'll just spend, 20, 30 minutes by myself in my room, lights down low, and just put on all my skincare, listen to music, and relax. Absolutely, I think from that side of things, we see ourselves as very prestige. We're fortunate enough to have a really great kind of family of consumers who are really passionate about the brand. And so we really try and have a little sense of family with them and try and bring a bit more personality so that, we can help them along their skincare journey and make it all feel like we're part of a little group together. So, the other way which we innovate as well alongside our ingredients is also in the digital sphere. So kind of bringing it back to some of the stuff that I do as well. We've really been trying to innovate how we talk to our customers. So how we can use that spa background more digitally, so more at home. So we did things like introducing virtual consultations in 2020 during lockdown, which were a really popular thing, doing things like masterclasses. And we also introduced this year our Just One Change ethos, which is trying to help customers navigate the range, understand things when they can't necessarily go in store, and give people that kind of hero product that helps them see the real benefit of their skin. So we're trying to change the way we talk to consumers and make it a little bit different, a little bit more interesting, and just keep people fascinated with skincare.
Brilliant. Yeah. I think it's always nice to hear the story behind the brand. Mm. That usually brings you as a consumer closer to the product, right?
Definitely. And we're so lucky to have our founders still very, very involved. So, always, I speak to Stephen and Margaret, I think every day. Our customers often speak to them. So it's really, really lovely.
No, very, very great. I think that's something that's really that we got with COVID kind of is that really this change more in those virtual, interacting with consumers and having the opportunity sometimes to connect with the founders of the brand, right? So yeah, in your case, we speak about natural ingredients, and that's obviously refers to wellness in these times when we need it the most, I would say. You mentioned innovation, indeed, not only on your products, but you concluded with the way you talk to your customers. What could you share about the social media in general, in the sector of beauty, but also in your own business?
Yeah, definitely. I think social media, it's been growing and growing over the past few years anyway, but I think with COVID, it's become increasingly important. And I think we're seeing, customers using platforms like Instagram, increasingly TikTok, to get that inspiration and that guidance. And we've really seen that. When we've all been stuck at home, trapped on our phones, nothing else to do, it's been so important that people can use those as a way to showcase what they're doing at home, to see what their friends are doing, to see what influencers are doing. And so we've really been looking in particular at that kind of product advocacy. So how people are sharing their products online, how they are talking about the benefits of the skincare, doing before and after photos. One of the things that's great as well is while you might not be able to go into a store or into a spa and try it out, you can actually see the textures online, whether it's in videos or people doing scoops and texture swipes everywhere. I love it, and I save down so many photos myself. And for us, I think that's been a really important thing, is being able to share all that content and let people see the products a little bit more. And I think that's the case across the beauty sector, whether it's skincare, whether it's makeup. It really is that people want to be able to see it in as real life as they can, albeit virtually. And then the other thing that we've done, so alongside our more kind of curated side of social media, we've been doing a lot more around the virtual consultations and live masterclasses. I think this is something a lot of brands have done a lot more of in the past year, and hopefully will continue to do. So we've really wanted to give our loyal customers and our fan base an opportunity to hear directly from our founders. So, whether it is Margaret and Stephen themselves doing a masterclass, I think we had a really nice one on kind of summer skincare. We did one with Margaret recently on her Thanksgiving routine. Nice. Whether it's with our spa staff themselves, so in the actual institute that we have in Budapest, we have an amazing team of spa therapists, and it's great being able to interact with them directly. It gives our customers a chance to ask questions live, to follow along with routines, to learn better about how they can do Hungarian facial massage. And it's just a really, really fun thing to do. And I think that's what people are craving, is something that's a little bit fun, a little bit different, and gives them that whole 360 picture of the brand. So for us, it gives us a great open dialogue with these people, and it really helps us to inspire them a little bit more with their skincare. So whether it's how they can incorporate more Amaravitsa products into their regime, or even just how they can learn to do something a little bit different and get a little bit more lifted in their facial, it's really nice and really fun. So social for us has definitely changed from just being posting photos a few times a week to being somewhere where we've got a real dialogue, we talk with our customers, and we have a lot of fun as a brand now.
Yeah, that's great. I think again that's really the benefit of this big move to digital world, kind of, yeah. And there are things that maybe would not have happened. We would not have experienced the same way, right? So, and again, I'm referring to this new way of interacting with a brand. And you mentioned a few times the founder. I think there's nothing better than being connected to the founder of some products you are so, delighted to use. So now that's really interesting, but that might have also some limits, right? So this digital way of selling, sharing and with consumers. If you had to share one or two challenges that most concern you about the industry, what would that be, and how would you say that this could be tackled efficiently?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a really interesting one. And I think almost linked to that, as we are increasingly doing things digitally, what we're finding is where people now can't go into stores or can't be having a facial as much, it's a challenge for us to talk to them in the same way. So as a kind of historical spa brand, what we've always put first and foremost is the importance of, going and having a facial regularly. We've really championed speaking to those skincare experts, speaking to those store staff directly. And so, the way we'd always talk about our kind of skincare prescriptions was you'll go in store or you go to a spa, and that's how you find out what's right for your skincare, which is brilliant. And we still absolutely say that is the gold standard. But what we've really had to rethink now is, okay, in a world where people aren't traveling as much, people can't necessarily get to the spa. And in a lot of cases, unfortunately, we are stuck at home a lot more than we used to be. So how do we communicate to customers and help with their skincare needs in a way that's still really useful, still really relevant, and still really personalized? So one of the things we've really tried to focus on is this idea of a healing prescription. And the idea behind that is that it's looking at what your specific skincare needs are, your specific skincare goals, and how we can offer you something as tailored as possible. And where we've really pivoted is with this just one change idea. So understanding that we might not be able to talk to people enough to give them a full regime, but we can really confidently recommend at least one product that we know if they introduce into their kind of skincare regime is going to have a really positive change. They're going to see results really quickly. And then from there, they can try other products. So it's something we've been really passionate about, and we've done kind of a real focus on this over the past 12 months, past 6 months. You'll see it everywhere now, everything we do. But it helps us to kind of talk a bit more to these single products and help bring the feeling of spa a little bit more home for people. I mean, we're really hoping that we can get back to doing far more in-person facials. We love doing it, and every opportunity we have, we try. But where we can't, doing things like the virtual consultations, trying to give people slightly easier skincare prescriptions definitely is something that we're trying to do to tackle it. And just to help people sample as well, so they can try things out with something they know is going to work. I mean, we do things like, we've always done sampling at checkout, but we've actually introduced these new skincare kits, which have little testers in that are perfect for a regime, so that at least people at a lower price point can try things at home, get to know the products. And I mean, we're very fortunate that we know when people try more of it, so they really love it. So it's quite nice for us that we know as soon as people have it at home, they go, okay, I've fallen in love. I'm getting this.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, that's interesting because there's still a lot of creativity, sort of innovation required. There is a lot that happened, and there is a lot to come. So it's really exciting from that perspective. As we are about to close this conversation, Maddie, you are an expert about beauty. I mean, we can only say that after those last minutes on top of, your role. I'm sure the audience would be delighted to have you sharing a few ideas that anyone could use to feel beautiful.
Definitely. So we actually, as a brand, ethos around this, around beauty being a decision. And the idea is you can take your skincare and your beauty into your own hands. So everybody can be beautiful, and it's absolutely something you can do yourself. And it's around actively taking steps to reveal your kind of beauty potential, finding the right skincare for you. It's something our founder, Margaret, was really passionate about. She used to have a lot of breakouts when she was younger, and then discovered the power of kind of Hungarian Mormud, for one, where we created a full collection around it, because it's so amazing. If you have blemish prone skin, I've got to recommend. And Hungarian Mormud is just incredible. I mean, I basically just bathe in it. It's absolutely amazing. And I think really to feel your most beautiful, something I kind of touched on it before, but is just taking that time for yourself, whether it's an evening where you're feeling a bit stressed, whether it is before a big event, just to take 20, 30 minutes out of the day, be calm, just look inwards, get all your skincare together, and just have an at-home facial. And it doesn't, obviously there are amazing techniques, and you can watch so many brilliant YouTube videos, IG masterclasses, some really great things to give you tips, and just treat yourself and really, really enjoy it. So I think just taking that time to give yourself a bit of self-care, to use some skincare to address your problems and just enjoy things. It makes me feel really more beautiful than ever. I feel I can go into a room with no makeup on. I just feel like my best self, because you're always going to be glowing after a facial. So a little at-home facial is definitely my tip.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Maddie, for this advices and this discussion. I'm sure it was really insightful for everyone. And now it is time for moving to the pre-recording conversation I had with Rashma Tani. Thank you again, Maddie. I hope you will enjoy it. And this will be followed by the intervention of Matthew Drinkwater and Amanda Cosco. Thanks for your attention, and please stay with us and enjoy the rest of this e-commerce and digital fashion panel. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.